Good afternoon, everyone, and also to you, Ma'am Ivy. I am Christine Tulid, and for today's topic, we are going to discuss about the lesson 4, which is the steps in moral deliberation and the role of ethical frameworks. And here are the objectives. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to, first, understand the steps involved in moral deliberation. Second, analyze the difficulties a moral agent encounters in her moral deliberation. And lastly, to evaluate the role of the different ethical theories or frameworks in moral deliberation. So moral deliberation was discussed to the other group. So let's continue. Moral problem. So what is moral problem? So moral problem is a situation wherein an individual is going to make a choice or a decision wherein he or she will consider two or more than the moral values and duties of an individual. So kanina ay moral problem. Okay. An individual must going to make a choice. Mupili siya og choices. Sa katong tanang moral values o sa moral duties as a person. Nagpili niya ato, dapat usara yung pilion. In result, ang kato iyang mapili nga moral values or duties, it affect the situation. Situation wherein the individual is going to make a choice. No. So, kanang situation, maka-face siya
So good day everyone, I am Maria Titanga. So today we're going to tackle the value of studying ethnical theories or frameworks. So let's start.
It may cause conflict.
So these ethnical theories or frameworks may serve as guideposts given that they are the best attempts to understand morality that the history of human thought has to offer. As guideposts, they can shed light on many important considerations, though of course not all in one's guess to answer the twin questions of what ought to do and what ought to do so. So, utilitarianism pays tribute to the value of impartiality, arguing that an act is good if it will bring about the greatest good for the greatest number of those affected by the action, and each one of those are affected should be counted as one, each equal to each. So, the role of ethnical theory is to help the person to make decisions. Example, a person who's struggling on which he would choose. He goes to the mall just to buy a set of tools, but he was shocked tungod sa price. So the next day, nakakita siya commercial about tools. Barato ra daw kuno niya iyang click. Katong commercial then dito nagdaduha siya og order, so ang iyang gibuhat kay nibalik siya small, gipalit na lang niya balag mahal, at least worth it. So the natural law theory, example, the natural law theory, on the other hand, puts more emphasis on the supposed object, universal nature of what is to be considered morally good, basing its reasoning on the theorized existence of human nature. Kantian deontology puts the premium on rational will, freed from all the other considerations, as the only human capacity that can determine one's moral duty. One has to realize that the philosophical study of ethical theories or frameworks must not merely end in a smorgasbord of theories from which one may choose a framework that she may apply willy-nilly to a particular moral situation. So, the natural law theory example, ang kanang idea nga ang pagpatay kay di maayo, however punishing person or someone for killing is right. So, natural law incorporates the idea that humans understand the idea or difference between right or wrong. Kantian deontology feed from the other consideration. Kantian deontology was discovered by the German philosopher Immanuel Kant that that is based from the
Is
notion it
the
is
typical
impossible to think
stack
anything at all
overthink.
in the world or indeed
They are the
beyond it.
people who are involved in that kind of
Yes, so that's
situation.
all.
And then
Thank you.
kanang person or individual who makes the decision is the moral agent. Thank you, and that's all in my part. Miss Tubos and Miss Tangaha will continue the discussion.
Good day, I am Gian and I will be discussing the types of ethical problems or issues and the last steps on what to do when confronted with a potential ethical issue. So, the first type of ethical problems or issue is a situation in which the agent needs to clarify whether a certain action is morally right or morally wrong. This is where the different ethical theories or framework can serve. Second type involves determining whether a particular action in question can be identified with a general accepted ethical or unethical action. Example of this is the issue legalizing the death penalty. The third type points to the presence of an ethical dilemma. Dilemmas are ethical situations in which there are competing values that seem to have equal worth. The problem can be concerned either a choice between two competing moral goals or between two evils. The example situation of this is the popular movie entitled Robin Hood, and it usually put in a form of question. Um, the question is it right to steal from the rich to feed the poor? So that situation or question confronted in which competing values are in conflict with one another. So now let's go to the last steps on what to do when confronted with a potential ethical issue. So the final step is for the individual to make her ethical conclusion or decision, whether in judging what ought to be done in a given case or in coming up with a concrete action she must actually perform. Real ethical decisions are often very difficult enough to make and for so many different reasons. So that would be all. Thank you.